This is not going to be a comprehensive review of scientific notation. I'm going to walk through things relatively fast, and there's a lot of information out there. What you have to know for this class is relatively straightforward, but that does not mean it's not complicated. Things like 10 to the third. 10 to the third equals 10 times 10 times 10, which equals 1,000. That means that 10 to the third times 10 to the second would equal 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. 3 of these 10s are from that 10 to the third, and 2 of these 10s are from this 10 to the second. So this would equal 10 to the fifth. In scientific notation, the decimal place is always after the ones place, or after the first significant figure. So I can write 2.35 times 10 to the second, and that would equal 2.35 times 100, which would equal 235. There is another way of doing this once you get comfortable with it, but I often find it leads to mistakes, where this is the positive 2, and so we move the decimal place 2 places in the positive direction and can jump right ahead to that being equal to 235. There is another way of writing this which is common in calculator notation, and I certainly don't mind if students write that way because I do quite often. I find that when I'm writing, especially when I'm writing relatively small, having a number in this superscript position up here leads to mistakes because that number gets written small. I write a capital E2. This is the exact same as 2.35 times 10 to the 2. This does not equal 2.35 squared. And so I see that that mistake there happens quite a bit. And I know students really like writing in this notation. I agree, because it keeps numbers big and nice, and then it matches, what you see on your computer. And I know some math teachers don't like it, so you have to adapt to your audience. In this class, this is fine. I would like to also note that 2.35 e to the 2 is something totally different. That's the natural exponential, which we don't need that in this class. We also don't write it 2.35 e2. That ends up with the same problem as here, in which case you should just write it like this. So that's also not right. It's 2.35 e2, just like that.